This video takes a closer look at an explosive women's 100-meter final featuring Shericka Jackson and Jamaica's sprint elite. From the powerful start to the dramatic finish, we analyze how Jackson dominated the race and what this performance means for the global sprint scene.
Shericka Wallace represents MVP in lane 2.
One of 3 ladies from MVP in this final. She ran in lane 8 in the heats, lane 8 in the semis, and is now in lane 2 in the finals. 11:39 to get here.
Elaine Thompson-Herah in 3.
Double Olympic champion, double Commonwealth champion, 10.54 in 2001. A fabulous sprinter. Is she in top shape? Warm welcome for her. Fitting.
Natasha Morrison in 4.
Has a spectacular personal best of 10.87 set in 2021. Ran 11 seconds flat in her heats. Ran 11.14 to win her semis over Elaine Thompson-Herah, Natasha Morrison.
The second MVP athlete. Here's the third one in lane 5, Shericka Jackson.
World champion at 200 meters. Bronze in the 100 in 2021. Silver last year in Eugene. Shericka Jackson at 10.78, the fastest Jamaican on the year.
Lee Forbes.
Sasha Lee Forbes now has a nice, pretty sub-11 time. She ran 10.98 on the 21st of May this year. She represents Sprint Tech. She's the 3rd fastest Jamaican this year.
And representing Nike, Alana Reid in lane 7.
New pro, champs record holder, now at 10.92. Ran 11.17 in Japan last week. Alana Reid, formerly of Heidel, now professional.
Representing Titans Track Club. This is Brianna Williams. She runs on the outside in lane 8.
Brianna Williams used to train with Atta Boland. She's now come home to Jamaica, trains with Michael Freighter and Greg Little. 10.94 her PB. She has run 11.04 twice this year, close to her best again. Viewers, you need to know this time. 10.71 is the fastest time run in the world so far this year.
Ashanti Moore, Adidas lane 1. Shericka Wallace, MVP lane 2. Elaine Thompson-Herah, New Era lane 3. Natasha Morrison, MVP lane 4. Shericka Jackson, MVP lane 5. Sasha Lee Forbes, Sprint Tech Track Club lane 6. Alana Reid, Nike lane 7. And Brianna Williams, Titans Track Club in lane 8. That is Mrs. Thompson-Herah on your screen.
The entire National Stadium is standing.
Tension has gripped the National Stadium. Women's 100-meter final. What are we about to see? We'll know in a sterling lineup. And the slight push in the set position. Off they go. Very, very good start by Shericka Jackson. Natasha Morrison is on the premises. Thompson-Herah is knocking on the door as well. Step forward, Shericka Jackson imperiously, and she steps away in great style to become back-to-back national champion. Big performance on the big occasion. We wait for the official time.
10.65!
10.65! Wow, what a performance! New world leading, new personal best, a stunning, superlative, and scorching display of sprinting. That was magical. Goodness gracious me. Sasha Lee Forbes, second in 10.96, new personal best. Natasha Morrison finishes.
Was the fastest time in the world. Natasha Morrison off well, but Shericka Jackson already leading as she comes out of her dry phase, stepping, pulling away every single step of the way she goes, and she wins it. We see Natasha Morrison in the pink shoes. She also gets up there to get on the team. At this stage, we're now watching the clock. Shericka Jackson, she knew she was going to deliver something special, running through the line, trying to lean, trying to maintain her momentum. Natasha Morrison.
The women's 100-meter final produced one of the most electrifying sprint performances of the season, as Shericka Jackson delivered a breathtaking display of speed, precision, and competitive control. Crossing the finish line in an astonishing 10.65 seconds, Jackson not only secured the national title, but also set a new world-leading mark for the year and established a personal best. The performance was more than a victory. It was a powerful statement that Jackson has evolved into one of the most complete sprinters in modern track and field. The race itself featured an exceptionally strong lineup, reflecting the depth of Jamaican sprinting. Among the contenders was the legendary Elaine Thompson-Herah. widely regarded as one of the greatest Olympic sprinters in history. Alongside her stood rising young talent Alana Reid, whose rapid progression has positioned her as one of the most promising athletes of the next generation. Experienced competitor Natasha Morrison also entered the final with the reputation of a consistent and technically disciplined sprinter, capable of challenging the very best. As the athletes settled into their blocks at the National Stadium, the tension inside the venue became palpable. Jamaican sprinting carries a legacy of excellence that stretches across decades, and every national championship race becomes more than just a domestic contest. It becomes a showcase of the island's sprinting supremacy. The crowd understood that the field assembled on the track represented not only national pride, but also global medal contenders. The start was critical, as it often is in elite 100-meter racing. When the gun fired, Jackson reacted with remarkable sharpness, launching out of the blocks with a drive phase that immediately established momentum. Her acceleration mechanics were nearly flawless. A low body angle, powerful piston-like strides, and rapid turnover that allowed her to build speed quickly without sacrificing balance. While Morrison also executed a solid start and remained competitive in the early meters, Jackson's acceleration pattern began to separate her from the field before the halfway point. One of the defining aspects of Jackson's performance was the efficiency of her transition phase. In sprinting, the shift from acceleration to maximum velocity often determines the final outcome of a race. Jackson executed this transition with extraordinary smoothness. Rather than appearing strained or overly aggressive, her stride opened naturally, allowing her to maintain relaxation while simultaneously increasing stride length and frequency. Behind her, the battle for the remaining podium positions intensified. Thompson-Herah attempted to build momentum through the middle portion of the race, relying on her championship experience and historically strong top-end speed. Meanwhile, young Alana Reid demonstrated impressive composure for an emerging athlete, maintaining form and rhythm against far more experienced rivals. Morrison, known for her consistent technique, tried to hold contact with Jackson through the mid-race phase. However, once Jackson reached full velocity, the race effectively tilted decisively in her favor. Her top speed was simply superior. Each stride appeared powerful, yet controlled, a hallmark of elite sprinting mechanics. Unlike many sprinters who begin tightening up during the final 20 meters, Jackson remained relaxed through the shoulders and arms, allowing her to sustain velocity all the way to the finish line. By the final meters, it became clear that the contest for first place was no longer in doubt. Jackson surged ahead with visible authority, creating a significant margin before crossing the line. The clock confirmed the magnitude of what had just occurred. 10.65 seconds, a time that instantly positioned her at the forefront of global sprinting for the season. Beyond the raw time itself, the race highlighted Jackson's remarkable evolution as an athlete. Earlier in her career, she was primarily known for her success in the 200 meters, where her blistering 21.41 performance placed her second on the all-time list behind Florence Griffith Joyner. That achievement alone secured her place among the sport's legends. Yet this 100-meter performance demonstrated that Jackson's capabilities are not confined to the longer sprint. Technically, Jackson has refined several aspects of her race model in recent seasons. Her block start, once considered one of the weaker components of her sprint profile, has improved dramatically. The drive phase now generates immediate forward momentum, allowing her to compete with traditionally explosive starters. Additionally, her stride mechanics, particularly hip extension and stride elasticity, have become more efficient, contributing to the remarkable speed maintenance seen in this race. Strategically, the victory also carries broader implications for international competition. With Olympic and World Championship cycles constantly evolving, a 10.65 performance places Jackson among the most dangerous athletes in the sport. Few sprinters in history have demonstrated world-class capability in both the 100 and 200 meters simultaneously at such a high level. In the context of Jamaican sprinting, the performance reinforces the country's continuing dominance in women's short sprint events. For years, athletes like Thompson-Herah, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, and others defined the global standard. Jackson's emergence as a consistent 100-meter threat ensures that this legacy remains intact, while also ushering in a new phase of competition within the Jamaican ranks. Ultimately, this race was not merely a fast time, it was a demonstration of technical mastery, competitive maturity, and extraordinary athletic development. Shericka Jackson did not simply win the race, she controlled it from the moment the gun fired until the finish line. With performances like this, she continues to redefine the boundaries of modern sprinting and strengthen her position among the fastest women the sport has ever seen.